Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. We are heading towards Mahabalipuram. From Chennai, it is 60 kilometers. Now we have reached Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram is a town, a strip of Bay of Bengal and Great Salt Lake, and it's also known for temples and monuments built by Pallava dynasty in the 7th and 8th century. The rock what you see is Krishna's butterball. It is also known as Vaniraikal. It is a gigantic granite boulder resting on a short incline.
There are many other boulders in and around us. Here we can see two big ones. There's a perfect nook created by them here, and many other boulders could be seen in and around here. And as we go a little ahead, we also have a triple-celled shrine which has Gopi's churn in front of it. If we talk about the temples and sculptures of Mahabalipuram, we could consider this as a prototype laboratory for the temple architecture of Dravidian style. And the Pallava dynasty always had the practice of worshipping deities, and they were the ones who initially introduced the stone temple building to the land of Tamil Nadu. Before this time, perishable materials were used for the construction of temples like bricks, clay, limestone, wood, etc. But later, these people started it up with rock shrines, and the rest is history. This particular type of architecture is called Indian rock cut architecture. It is a practice of creating a structure by carving it out on a solid natural rock, as you can see here. Rock that is not a part of the structure is removed until only the rock left has the entire architectural elements of the excavated interior. It is mostly religious in nature and hence can only be found in places that have got temples or such worship places around it. Hence, there is no wonder that Mahabalipuram is called the treasure house of temple architecture, that in a way was an inspiration to the great Cholas who had immortalized the temple construction by their creativity. Mahabalipuram also achieves a very unique position in India in temple architecture studies, as it has beautiful cave temples, monolithic temples, structural temples, and much more. To an extent, it's believed that for a long time, stone was used in memory of the dead valorous ones, and probably that was the reason why they were not used for the construction of temples. But later, cave temples and structural temples came in vogue with other contemporary rulers like Chalukyas and Rashtrakutas. Rather brought in a lot of other cave temples and cave structures, and temples were built out of stones, and such architectural designs and trends came into existence later.
Here what you see is the Varaha cave temple. It's also known as Varaha Mantapa. The most prominent sculpture in the cave is Lord Vishnu, incarnated form of Varaha or boar lifting Bhudevi. From here we are heading towards the Raya Gopuram. Now we have reached the Raya Gopuram, and Raya Gopuram is the most effective pillar. It's half constructed in the premises of Meenakshi temple. Despite being half completed Gopuram, it's far carved beautifully. It surrounds Meenakshi temple from one side. The appearance of the temple turns into appealing because of the specific creation. Raya Gopuram is completely unique architectural characteristics of Meenakshi temple.
This incomplete Gopuram stays here with a high mounted Adhisthana and the door jamb erected over here, summit of the hillock, is possibly said to be that of the Vijayanagara period. Beautiful sculpture representations are found in the door jamb of this Gopuram. As we mentioned before, this is located within the Meenakshi temple premises. This was constructed during the time of Raya clan. This is said to be the only pillar which is half constructed but still is one among the most beautiful among all other Gopurams. It is one among the most unique architectural feature of Meenakshi temple here. This particular Gopuram stands in the west direction of Meenakshi temple, and from the view, the appearance of the temple becomes captivating due to its specific carvings and half construction. This is a major and majestic attraction for the tourists visiting the Meenakshi temple. For those who are not still aware of what a Gopuram really means, let me tell you that these are several storied pyramidal structures. And the larger and taller Gopurams are known as Raya Gopurams. Most of these have portrait statues of kings and other important patrons, and this shows personal iconographic connection established between shrines of great figures and kings and patrons. We will now take you to Draupadi's bath. Okay, now here this rock-cut round-shaped cistern is excavated in front of Trimurti cave temple. It's in the form of a small well. Take a look. And probably the idea behind this excavation might be a simple one, such as storing water or rainwater for the sculptors and artists who were working on various monuments in the town. But the legends, however, believed that it was used by Draupadi, the wife of Pandavas, for her bath. Here we are on our way to the lighthouse. This has been a historic one and is said to have guided the seafarers for centuries. Currently, it's a historic monument and it's a tourist attraction here. It's quite famous here in Mahabalipuram. The entry ticket here is rupees 10 per head. And if you go there, if you climb the lighthouse, you have wonderful, crazy views from the top. Now here, as we were a bit late, we couldn't make it to the top of the lighthouse. Now, from here, we go to the other part of the monument. Let me tell you, Mahabalipuram has 14 cave temples that are rich in their architecture and sculpture. You have been seeing it with us right now. And here, one of them is called the Mahishasura Mardhini Mandapa or the Mahishasura Mardhini Cave. This east-facing temple is one of the finest examples of the architecture during the reign of Pallava dynasty. The temple construction was left incomplete like many other caves during the Pallava period. This temple is dedicated to Mahishasura Mardhini, an incarnation of goddess Durga.
And now we are heading towards the Ishwara temple. It's also known as Valanganeshwara temple. So it is on the hillocks. You can see we are climbing the steps.
After such a beautiful scene that we have right in front of us, we now are at the Olakhaneshwara temple here. Built entirely out of greyish white granite, the Olakhaneshwara temple is situated on the coast of Coromandel, overlooking the Bay of Bengal. It was constructed in the 8th century, the Dravidian architectural style by the Pallavas, and on the walls of this temple are sculpted several structures of Lord Shiva meditating on top of the Kailash mountain. The word Olakhaneshwara means one who has a third eye, or you could say a flame eye, and holds the crescent moon on his head, thus referring to God Shiva. The temple was originally called Olakhaneshwaram. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site here. Clicking photographs here is actually against the law as it lies within the radius of a highly protected sector consisting of a nuclear power plant. We have a beautiful panoramic view from here. This point gives you such a beautiful treat to your eyes. If you look around, you could, I think this is the Bay of Bengal that we're overlooking, and it's beautiful to have an evening spent here, and that's the lighthouse that we have been talking about a little ago. And from here you get a beautiful view of the entire area. It's like an eagle's view of the surroundings of this particular temple. After a great panoramic view, we now go aside the temple here, and here you have another structure. It doesn't seem to be a worship place or anything of that sort, but rather has a lot of beautiful sculptures on its side. The sculptures give you an idea of how traditional were the people of those ages here. There's an elephant, there's a snake, and quite beautiful must be the word that I could be using there. Alright, from here we're on our way to VAITHEESWARAN Kovil, and we have much to explore there. What we have here, such beautiful multicolored sculptures that we have here on the top part of the temple. This is the VAITHEESWARAN Kovil or VAITHEESWARAN temple that we have, and this is said to be the 16th Lord Shiva temple on the northern bank of Kaveri. And here Shiva is worshipped as the god of healing, and that's the reason many people crowd here for their pilgrimage for different diseases that they're suffering from. It's said that the 10th day of Thai festival from Tuesday, which is dedicated to Lord Silva Muktara Swami, with daily procession, calls in a lot of people here, and it is grandly celebrated. The temple would be seen overflowing with devotees, and especially on monthly Pradosha days. Here it said that the gopurams of this temple are in a straight line. The Mardaga linga that you have here, the emerald linga, is very famous. There are 2 flag posts Kodimaram before the presiding deity made of silver and gold. Navagrahas, the 9 planets, are generally in the front side of the sanctum facing different directions in Shiva temples. Here they are behind the sanctum on a straight line, obeying the presiding Lord, blessing the devotees, freeing them of their adverse aspects, as it is believed. The temple is protected by Lord Bhairava in the east and by Lord Veerabhadra in the west and Lord Vinayak in the south and Mother Kali in the north, and that's the reason the temple with its 5-tier Rajagopuram is facing west. This particular temple belongs to Dharmapuram Adhinam of Thirukailaya Parambara, descendants of Kailasha dynasty. Devotees from all parts of South India here throng the temple, as Lord Vaidyanatha is the Kula Devata of many families. People pray here for remedy from various ailments, boils, pimples, scars, and much more. They get the special oil from the temple and they apply them on the body, as this is the place where Dhanvantri Siddha attained Samadhi. People pray here for relief from various ailments. Also, the sandal and sacred ash used in the Arthajama Puja of Lord Muruga, Lord Silva Muktara Swami, offered to devotees as prasadis, an effective medicine as experienced by devotees. Praying to Lord Vaidyanatha here is said to bring mental peace and relief from hardships, and people pray here for their employment opportunities or progress in trade and profession, promotions, wedding and child wounds, and relief from many adverse planetary aspects. Many consume the medicine offered in the temple as well. VAITHEESWARAN Kovil is considered to be the cradle of NAADI astrology or palm leaf astrology. It's a popular form of Hindu astrology which is based on the belief that the past, present, and future lives of all humans are foreseen by ancient sages using their yogic and intuitive powers, and are said to have written these predictions on palm leaves. Vattiruttu or Vattiruthu, an ancient Tamil script which can be deciphered by expert NAADI astrologers only, could be found here. VAITHEESWARAN Kovil's connection with astrology is more fascinating. It's said that each NAADI or set of leaves is made up of palm leaf, written with a sharp nail-like instrument called Eruthani. It is believed that the life of each human being who has lived, is living, and of someone who is yet to be born is recorded in these palm leaves. These predictions are believed to be written by a Tamil sage, and the NAADI leaves are still preserved in Tanjore. Now, coming back to the NAADI astrology, it's said that there is a palm leaf that corresponds to everyone, not just Indian nationals but also the people of other nationalities. And reading a palm leaf will be corresponding to the thumb impression of a person there. And particular lines would predict what a person's life is going to be, and it also can provide you remedies to correct the problems. We have now reached Pondicherry after quite a good journey, and away from the hustle and bustle of the big cities. If I talk about Pondicherry, it's a quite little town on the southern coast of India. And this is our place of stay tonight, and we are right now at Hotel the Sunway Manor. If I talk about this hotel, I wouldn't claim that it is as big as the big chains that we have in the city, but of course, a beautiful, cool, decent place to stay if you're traveling with your family. It has a good contemporary ambience that's blended with traditional South Indian hospitality. It's located right in the city center, has around 61 rooms here, and it meets both your leisure and business requirements. It's great the way it's set. The ambience is really great. The interiors are also beautiful. It's neat and tidy, I must say. And before I go further with this hotel, let me remind you, we are coming up with further videos on Pondicherry and different places that we have explored over there. You have been with us throughout our journey, and we are very close to hitting somewhere around 500 subscribers. Thank you for your big support. You have been so lovely with us, growing along with us, and thank you so much for being there. And coming back to the hotel again, this is the interior that we have here. This is the washroom that I have in my room. This is the spacious room that we are gonna stay tonight. And with that, I must tell you that it's time for me to sign off here. Thank you so much for being with us. Keep subscribing onto our videos. Like, share, and subscribe. Well, a word more. Once you just step out, or if I must say, I saw this a little late when I opened the windows in the morning, and this is the view that welcomed me. That's a beautiful little swimming pool that I have here. Before I sign off, let me tell you, if you're planning to travel to Puducherry or Pondicherry, and if you have an idea to stay here, trust me, this is not a sponsored video, and we have got nothing to do with the hotel here. But yet, if you're traveling, do visit this particular hotel. And with that, we sign off now. Subscribe, like, and share our channel. Bye. See you in the next video.